folks, what I did is I made a mistake and I went by Harbor Freight. You know what happens when I go by Harbor Freight? Things jump in my cart. I don't know how it does it, but it miraculously lifts out of the shelf and falls into the bottom of my cart. Well, I got a 5-inch swivel vise from them, and I've got Darren. He raised his right hand, and what the thing was, he wanted to do this. He was so anxious, he begged me to come and said, "Let me set it up." And I said, "Well, all right, this one time I'll let you." So anyway, he's going to show how to do it. Nothing complicated, but we just show you how to do it. It's an unboxing. You can see how to do it. He's going to show you folks how to open a box. He has told me that he felt that a lot of people would not know how to do it. So if you've never opened a cardboard box, he's going to do it immediately when he finds something to do it with.
It's right in front of me.
Now
this be B-roll.
This is a rusty knife. You don't have to use a rusty one. You can use a good one.
I don't know though. Every time I find a knife, and the knife I use is always the rusty one. I know you have 200 of these, various sizes all around.
They're located neatly on the floor and in drawers.
Everywhere else but where I'm looking. I know we have all. Oh, I didn't really mean to throw those away.
Those are instructions.
But yeah,
Darren usually puts heavy objects on the instructions.
Like a vise?
Okay, folks, that's what a vise looks like with plastic on it. And that's the empty box, if anybody was curious what it was.
And they tell you, I guess you're not supposed to eat these. I thought we got tasty.
You know, it makes me wonder what they taste like. You know,
that has to warn you all the time not to try it.
Yeah, don't try this.
Do not eat. You know, anything but food.
Don't put your hand on the hot stove. I didn't even want to do that.
But now it's like, I feel like I'm missing out.
Right. I could be an experience or something.
All right. So it looks like it doesn't come with mount bolts, which is fine. Just I kind of thought maybe, hopefully. But then again, they don't know what you're mounting it to.
Darren, don't make fun of the vise. Right. They'd never forgive you. There we go.
We're going through the whole instructions.
Does it have safety?
I think it says it's a vise.
I think there's a caution in there. Do not put your hand in it and crank it down hard. Is that in there?
No, I don't think they even do that. I think they're just hoping for the fact that you can do this. You know, that you figure that out.
And you can use a drill to hold the pages open if you got a fan in the background, which is making a lot of noise and lifting the paper. There we go.
And I decided to mount it on the corner of the table.
Is it now that I say, oh, it's broken, it's swiveling? Or should I say that?
So, really all I'm trying to make sure, I mean, it's pretty common sense on a vise, but making sure that it will work on either side of the table. It has a good mounting spot. We can mount it this way. That handle will turn. I know it sounds like, well, of course, but you know how many times I've not thought about it, will the handle turn or can both drawers pull out? Yeah. It just saves time. All right, so let's find some big lug bolts or big lug screws and mount Dad's vise.
Let me get it.
Okay.
What he's doing is making a mess on my table by marking it.
That's it. It's just graffiti. I like my art. No. Because I'm putting a pretty big lag screw in, and this is some thick wood right here. I think it may start splitting if I don't give it a little drill hole, a pilot hole. That's what we call it. So that's what I'm going to do. Now that I've mounted it, I'm going to pick up the vise and drill little pilot holes right there with our handy dandy non-sponsored Harbor Freight drills. Now I just need to find a spinner thingy-mabobber.
Folks, what we have here is a Phillip. He is... I ought to do that, yeah. He's opening up his truck. He's about to have tools or something there. All right, we got your introduction there coming in. This is Phillip. I didn't say the word notorious this time.
Well, it's implied.
All right, what we're doing right now, Phil, we're putting this vise on this table because we feel that you'll bend something really bad that we'll have to undo. So, well,
I knew that was going. I used the wrong nut driver. That fit.
And
It works better if you just round those off right away. Get that over with. Just get that first one done.
well, it's kind of like a new
So
car.
much after that.
If you got a new car, just go ahead and get your key out and scratch down the
Scratch
side.
it, door ding
Then
it.
it's done, you
Yeah, you
know.
don't have to worry about
You know,
it.
kick it a couple places. That way you don't have to worry about when it happens.
And here's something else. If you're ever using carburetor cleaner, spray it right in your eye first. Just get that over
It
with.
saves time, I hear. Is that?
And you know it's going to do it. I don't know why. You're cleaning out the carburetor, you find that little jet, and you're like, okay, let's spray it in this one. And it goes every time.
There's some kind of rule, I think.
Yeah.
Take spray.
Like if you drop your toes, it's going to land on the butter jelly side down.
It hits my toe most of the time. If it's heavy, you know. Okay, folks, he went and got a impact driver there to make a little bit.
It's got a little more power.
You know, that seems to that's Philip and his admiration of your work there.
Appreciation. Wow, that was unexpected. That would work.
You know,
We didn't have a lack of power.
are you sure it was enough power there?
Maybe pre-drill it.
I did, but I think I used too small. I used a baby drill. I think that might have been the problem.
What?
Folks, use a larger
I
drill.
was like, oh, I thought, oh, maybe I need to change the battery. It might be dead. No.
Everything is planned. Everything is planned when we do this. This was
pretty
all.
impressive. Right there.
See how impressive that was?
You'll have to tell me now.
Now,
I know it looks like we all have everything all together all the time. We usually carefully plan everything as you
what
can
we're
tell.
going to say, folks,
My
is
goodness.
make the drill hole, the starter hole, bigger than microscopic. It's something we just learned.
Somewhere between the size of the bolt.
Don't make it
itself.
bigger than the bullet.
That's what I was just doing. It's like, no.
If all else fails, do it again. Is that what you said?
Can't do it right.
Do it twice.
And what's our motto? If you ain't making mistakes, you ain't working.
Right.
That is true.
All right. He just checked to see if he drilled into the drawer, folks. He thought he drilled all the way through the drawer.
I put this vice in, but now the drawer won't open.
But the screw is in there. The vise is on there good, but the drawer
Well,
won't.
it's already saying stuff like, make sure, when you do your deal, your handle doesn't hit anything. Think about all the stuff you don't usually think about. It's hitting out of the piece of trim thing or that one.
Is this when you go back and read the warning label on the thing you bought?
Oh, no, we never read the warning labels. That just scares you. You don't need to introduce that kind of fear in your life. Let me get a couple more washers.
That's to keep it clean for us, folks. Bad joke. Bad joke.
Seems really bad. All right.
Were there groans out there? Did you hear a groan? That joke was made everybody groan a little bit. Okay, who can tell the worst joke? We got it. We got it deal here.
I got a horrible one. Ready?
All right.
Philip, did you know in Jamaica a slice of pumpkin pie goes for $3.75, but in Cuba, same piece of pie, $7.25. Those are the pie rates of the Caribbean.
Philip successfully didn't
you
laugh
miss
at
that?
that joke. Oh my goodness. This is what the top looks like of a bowl after you use an impact wrench on it.
Well, isn't it great? That's a great spot to mount a vise because it's in all those boards on it. Well, why am I now? It's not where it's going to be because I'm gonna have to move it a little bit because there's nothing I can do with that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So am I putting too much power on it? Am I hitting something?
What
Maybe
are
I'm
the
not.
bolt? What are the
Why don't you just use a regular, don't get the impact wrench, use the other one. And we'll just drill the hole bigger.
I was gonna say,
Use a
yeah,
bolt.
move it over. I'd move it over just a smidge, you know, where you're
Yeah.
gonna miss that.
Or if I
Okay.
miss this, that's
Phil, what is the definition of a smidge?
It's close to. Let's see. Hey, is that your dog out there in the street?
Yeah, he is. It's just,
Yes.
it's just time.
Yeah.
That's the time of day for the dog to get loose, but he will come back, believe me.
Yeah, there he is.
He does not run far. He knows where the dog bowl is. Okay, you never did define a smidge.
Well, it's close to a.
It's 2 dashes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Next for.
All right, we got that
Well,
settled.
less than a handful.
Unless it's metric.
Yeah. Well,
A
yeah.
metric
Of course, I
smidge.
mean,
Who's even talking about
Yeah.
metric?
Okay, this is the long lost dog they're talking about. The dog used to run off 2 or 3 blocks. Now the dog is getting a little older, and he now goes maybe 500 feet.
He's got me beat.
But he has winning personality, and so we feed him still.
She's a sweetheart.
Or sweet girl rather than I'm saying him.
hey, did you know in the United States
Uh-huh.
that people eat more bananas than monkeys?
We're waiting, Phil.
How many people do you know that eat monkeys?
Okay.
I got a racier one. Ready?
Uh-huh.
This one is a little racy. Why does the Little Mermaid wear seashells?
I don't know. Why does your George seashells?
Because she grew out of her bee shells.
This will be the third.
As well as the monkey joke.
I liked it. Like, what's funny is I caught it, but I was like, it's like, yeah, I like that one.
Folks, you can vote on these. Put a comment in.
Yeah, please put a comment in. Even if it's to stop.
If people will send us money, we'll quit telling
Yeah,
jokes.
for a small fee, we'll stop torturing with bad jokes.
I was thinking about camping.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty intense.
So you can't run by a campground.
You can only ran
Ran.
past it.
Because it's past tense. Oh.
Okay, the famous repeat of a previous joke. Why did the dirty chicken cross the road twice?
Because
Oh, no.
Because he's a dirty double crosser.
Oh, my goodness.
Oldie but goodies, folks. What kind of bush does a rabbit sit under when it rains?
that one.
There you go. That's a 120-year-old joke. My grandfather told that to me.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, what I'm debating on, do I screw the other pilot holes in, or do I prove out I can put the screw in all the way before it breaks?
Are you for or against on the debate?
All right, folks,
Which-
we're going to vote.
which-
Should he do this? All right.
Do you have a
Okay.
little debate team.
Now the thing is with this debate, when it was finally decided, we will find out what happens.
Hey, I got a little suggestion.
All right, I'm willing to take it.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
Don't break this one off.
You know what? Where were you 2 screws ago?
Ah, what a brilliant idea.
Hey, seriously,
Yeah.
you might run it back out. Get the whole out of it.
Yeah. Get some of the debris away.
Yeah.
And will the drawer still open?
We're not even worried about
What?
that
You
now.
want everything?
We're not even worried about the. We're mounting a vice. Okay, leaving it loose so I can spin around.
Oh, I wanted it on the other side of the table. Was that
There we
now?
go.
Problem solved.
We would never harass Darren.
I think part of the problem is you got the wrong bolts. Look, you need a down bolt, and this one, this is for
Sideways.
yeah.
Sideways bolt, yeah. Well, I thought it was for the ceiling, you know, instead of. Folks, we do tell worse jokes.
Give us a minute, we'll have one.
Where's that emergency hotline they called, you know?
Hey, remember that time you tried to drill a hole in your head?
How would it work if you hadn't stopped?
If the cord would have been longer, he could have done it. You just pick on Darren because he's little.
My little baby brother.
Well, you dusted off like 6.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you.
Darren, it doesn't appear to be square with the table.
That looks square with the table?
Yeah, it seems like it's been moved. I don't know why.
Oh no, that's just Hollywood magic. Magic ending right there.
Movie magic happening.
It got quiet. He must be serious. The dog has came back again. Kind of like Charlie Brown. He takes all his clothes to run away. He doesn't go far, you know.
All right.
Now you got vices.
Now Dad has a vice.
All right.
I thought it would be cussing.
Jack.